All right, another big day in the stock market and the financial futures, commodity futures. Let's take a look at the conservative setup in the 25K portfolio. Conservative being less strategies traded. SR counter trend 2, E-mini S&P hit its profit target very quickly. This is an example. We've been talking about how we have not had time to research this in the perspective of an entire portfolio. Working on that, shorting at 24.3150. Getting out really quickly at 24.1550 plus 775. The potential that we have talked about on this trade is 100 points in the ES, and so 100 points down would be 23.3150, which it easily achieved right here before. Actually, it was around noon. So the low here, 23.31, was 12.15 on the 12.15 bar. So 12:15 Eastern Standard Time, pretty quick to grab 100 ES points, and the overall potential would have been way down here at the low 22.62. Thought that was a decent number to bounce off of because 22.50 is a psychological support. It took out the December 18 lows, and so all those factors play in psychologically, and so shorting at 24.31. The low on the day was 22.62, so about 170 points nearly, or $8,500 was the potential on this trade from the entry to the low of the day, and this captured just a small percentage of that. So we're still looking at that. Market did reverse at the end of the day, and so an end of day exit would still actually have been more profitable than a profit target if it exited here at the end of the day. So that's SR counter trend 2 and Cobra 3, one of our top strategies. This is the 30-point stop loss version, and so it gets chopped up quite a bit in this market. It has big winners and then it has a series of losers. And today lost again, and the larger stop loss would have, if we used a $3,000 stop loss, it would have been down even more at the close on today, but up overall in this. We've had a huge run. We talked about this yesterday. So we would have had two winners in a row and then a loser. It would have been about a $1,500 loser. And so with the market, it was up about 6,000. So it's a very loosely developed strategy. You could add a profit target. The market hardly ever exceeds a $5,000 profit or $5,000 or $6,000 profit target. So you could trade two contracts and take some profit targets at some point and then hold one to the close. On days like today, still developing that idea for bigger runs, but today the $600 version was stopped out minus 625. No other trades in this portfolio, so just two trades today. $150 overall, 775 and minus 625. So pretty conservative as far as the number of strategies traded and the types of stop losses using in this type of market. All strategy access 1, Cobra 3 E-mini S&P. Similar to Cobra 3 E-mini NASDAQ, was stopped out. Same things, ditto on what I said about the NASDAQ right here. Cobra 3 NQ, minus 625. SR counter trend, same thing, plus 775. We just talked about these strategies. Mirror E-mini S&P, plus 475, hit its profit target today. Adaptive moving average, it's done well the last 2 days. After struggling, it was up yesterday, plus 32.25, up 1,800 today. So up about 5,000 in the last 2 days. You see catching this move catching this move down and then taking a little chop here and then catching the move into the close. So plus 1,800 on adaptive moving average, aggressive strategy. And then tick pulse is probably our worst strategy right now. Really take a look at reworking that and the way it works. So it did get on a good trade today. And this is another one of our infinity trades once it gets in. And so these short trades, they just always reverse now. The market hardly ever closes on the low. The market used to have occasional days where it would trend down and it'd close on the low, and hardly ever does that. And you're more likely to get a counter trend bounce. So even in this huge bear market, can't get a day where it just starts near the open and sells off and closes near the low. Those seems like those days are over, so we are going to rework that type of strategy. And let's take a look at our strategy XS2. Same thing with NQ. minus 1,010 today. It was in a nice trade. You see the limit move down here. Different charts show this differently. See, there's a gap here in the NQ, but there's not in the ES. So interesting. 60-minute breakout, minus 31.75. It's a long only strategy. We're reworking this strategy. We should not trade this with high VIX. SR counter trend 2 NQ, plus 775. That's again, same thing, the max potential here at 7276, a low of 6810, 460 points. Let you do the math. Huge potential there. QS3 plus 875 on the day. And take count trend in Q, plus 1050. Took some nice shorts in here. And SR counter trend 2V2 1M in Q, minus 725. And then the 5-minute version was plus 575. So all strategy access 3. Gold flash in the day minus 975. Cobra Euro up 481.25 on the rebound. Big range in the Euro lately. Asia Gold 4 plus 450. Took 2 trades there. SR counter trend 2 soybeans plus 275. Has a series of winning trades shorting that market, day trading it. Very narrow range in soybeans. Cobra Crude, the trade of the day, plus 23.95. And Cobra Gold minus 625. All strategy excess 5, plus 725 or plus 575 across the board on SR counter trend 2 V2 1M silver. That's 2 days in a row where silver hit its profit targets. Yesterday we had gold hitting its stop loss on all 3, and then the last 2 days silver hitting its profit target on all 3. So let's look at the optional and the old. The optional is here's a lower frequency, VIX filtered, adaptive range filtered, adaptive moving average, a 60-minute breakout. This is the I guess the old one that we have here, and then we have the Cobra Bond strategy. These have done really well. Cobra Bonds has 2 out of 3 today. Let's look at the performance summary. New equity peaks on the Cobra Bonds. All 3 variations. I sent these out last week to all strategy access. And you see the equity peak in Cobra Bonds. And up this week, these are daily. Let's look at the weekly. 41.56.25 on 5 trades. So nice trades in bonds. Same thing in the overnight version. And same thing in, well, this is not the exact same thing, but here's a different variation of this strategy, plus 45.93.75. So nice trading in bonds on Cobra Bonds. All strategy excess old. Now this is one of our old strategies. It uses a $300 stop loss. So it's highly unlikely that you would be profitable using a $300 stop loss. This has gone through series after series of losers. You see all these losers in here because they just always get stopped out at $300 stop losses or 15-point moves. But when you do win, you can get on a runner, and this one did today, plus 56.35. Here's the equity curve for this strategy. You see it goes through a long string of losers and then big winner. Long string of losers and then winner. So that's kind of the way this strategy is in high volatility. The volatility of the equity curve picks up because the stop loss is so tight in comparison to the volatility. Your consecutive losers increases, and then your big winner, your biggest winner increases. So big winner on that one, 56.35. Let's take a look at the others. 60-minute breakout. This is the old version, and none of the other strategies traded. AT 2019B, take pullback ES and NQ. The older versions of those. So that's the update on the day for all strategy access, the 25 and 50K portfolio. Again, we are reworking some of these strategies for limit moves and volatility filters.